guys, my name is TheRussianBadger, and I'm a little bit sad that I've only been playing a certain group of maps lately. Okay, I'm playing a lot of Metro, a lot of Domovan, and a lot of Zen Crossings. It's just what's being offered, and it makes me a little bit sad. Like, what I mean by that is, there's zero armored kill rush at this point, at least in North America. And in general, you would think there's gotta be at least maybe one or two armored kill rush servers that are actually running and semi-full, around 24 to 32 players. You know, oftentimes there's an armored kill rush server, I know. I can't remember the exact name, but there's usually 2 or 3. A lot of them are 64 players, some of them are 32, but there's at least 3 or 4 that are up at any one time. And over the past 3 days, I have not found a single armored kill rush server. And you know, you're probably going to tell me, Badger, why don't you just go ahead and play some Conquest, bro? Well, I think Conquest I would much rather play, but that's like a 40-minute match in most situations, simply because there's really high ticket counts in Armored Kill. The maps are huge, so people aren't dying as frequently, and your tickets don't go down as fast. And here's some overwhelmingly good accuracy. I almost felt like saying take notes, but that's like take notes on how to miss every one of your bullets. I clean up the first guy. Alright, Carl, don't even shoot at me. And Mr. Rocket Sauce 45, and then I kill the second guy as well. So I clean them up, even though my accuracy initially is terrible. But I'm just sad in general that I can't play Russia on Armored Kill. And yet again, I know you would like to see like Conquest on Armored Kill. It's probably what you're going to tell me right in that guy's face. I was going to pick a different section of his body. Like, I know you guys get a little bit sad when I shoot people in the feet. Like, why would you ever shoot a man in his feet? What have you done, Badger? And I didn't want to go straight for the MCOM because there's 2 guys over here. I got the second gentleman. I go to arm, and look who shoots me in my hind parts. Some guy with an LMG. How wonderful is that? And you'll notice in the game, before the game, I just clicked around randomly in my weapon loadouts. There was no rhyme or reason. I didn't click like 1, 2, 3, 4 on a certain attachment section. I literally just clicked random buttons and random attachments, and I came up with an F2000 with a PKAS, a grip, and a suppressor, and then I also randomly got an AKS with I think it was just heavy barrel and nothing else. There's no grip, no attachment for the sight, and it was weird. Okay, so I get the cloth monster, right? Then I go for this guy, and I know you're gonna get sad at me yet again, like, cool story, Badger, why are you shooting this guy in his feet? That's just, it's not even slightly polite. I don't approve of that. I don't approve of that one bit. Now look at this. Okay, so I'm at this little dilemma of, do I want to leave my rock that I know is nice and warm? I can be a rock monster right here. Or do I want to go and arm? And it seems like everybody decided to have this small little gap fest on the other side of the bridge. I don't know why. Like, usually there's a chatty Cathy or 2 on the other side of the bridge, like lurking next to those. What is that, like a gazebo? I don't even know what that's called over there, but I get one and I get the second guy for the double kill. But while I'm doing that, somebody else arms it, and the first rule of Battlefield is throw grenades at anything that flashes orange, so I guess that applies. And like I was saying, I'm just a little bit sad that I've been limited to certain maps in terms of what I can upload because of what is being offered. So there's not a whole lot of armor kill. I think, yeah, there's Back to Karkan too, and I think Back to Karkan has really, really good maps, but oftentimes they're really short, like 3 bases. I think of, okay, what's the one? Gulf of Oman, 3 bases. Probably my favorite map in Back to Karkan, but it's 3 bases, and I'm done in like, I don't know, 7 minutes, and I get this guy right in his chest piece, and I don't think you guys even want to see a game where I don't even crack 20 kills because I destroy the enemy team so quickly. I got this guy in his hind parts, but yet again, it's sort of a dilemma for me. Like, yeah, and I don't know what happened with my AKS here. It's like, where did it go? It just turned into a ghost. It didn't go any... I was going to get ammo from this guy, but it's like, I guess I'm rolling with the LSAT. I don't know. I guess I'm going to run around with a piece of machinery that is designed to shoot out bullets, but at the same time, it's designed as an exam for lawyers. I mean lawyers. So, whatever. But I'm still trying to figure out a way to make Armored Kill viable for a lot of you, because I still feel as if I were to upload Armored Kill Conquest, yes, I can do the thing, and I get this gentleman here, yes, I can do the thing where, you know, you run around with C4 and you blow stuff up by putting it on the front of quads, but that's only entertaining, like, so often. If I did that over and over and over again, I think you guys would get really bored. So I also don't want to make it like 40 minutes in length, because that's what a lot of Armored Kill maps are, because the tickets are so high and the maps are so large, like I previously mentioned. So I'm still trying to get you as much variety as I can, but yet again, what is being offered is rush maps that are, you know, standard 100 to I want to say 75 to 150 tickets on the original maps. So I know the 1 year anniversary just came about. You guys have been seeing these maps for a full year, so just know that I'm trying to get you as much variety as I possibly can, but at the same time, it's like, you're not giving me anything to work with here, and I'm very sad about it. Okay, I get the engineer, and then this guy around the corner. I think one of you told me in the previous video that the LSAT has really great hip fire. I didn't really get what you were... Okay, maybe in terms of the LMGs, I get... That's an obvious kill steal. I don't know if you guys are really believing... I don't think you guys believe in the philosophy of kill stealing. But okay, you might think the joke's on me because he hit me right in the face with a PP2K. Get revived. Pew pew. Dead, dead, dead. And that's the wonderful thing about having a little medic just running around with you. And I decided to return the favor and switch kits, I think. In this game, I just said, you know what, let's just try to use as many different kits as possible and see how it works out. So, okay. And why are you sitting in the corner sipping on your camp sauce, Mr. Lux Player BR? Oh, man, does that mean that he's from Brazil? I have to do, like, the obligatory hue and Jimmy Monet Playaze, or... No, what is it? It's... Jimmy Monet Playaze, or I repot you. I don't think you guys are familiar with how Brazilian players work in terms of their online interactions, but I repot you. I don't think you guys are sort of familiar with the way that a lot of people think about Brazilian players online. It's like a hue thing. It's sort of hard to understand, but I just find it very humorous that I just noticed, because most of the time I check if they're from Brazil or not, just so I can make fun of them for... It's a long story. It's not like I have anything against Brazilians. I have a lot of Brazilian friends that I used to play Bad Company 2 with, but it's just funny if you ask me. And I get Rocket Sauce 45. Now look at this. I get another guy, but I don't know how this guy ninja his way, and I don't get it. So it takes me forever to get up the stairs. I come back down the stairs, get this gentleman here, and look at... You had to ruin the day. I got that Glock for you. And okay, I decided to show him my Glock simply because Silky Hog. Some of these names, I don't know, man. I don't understand. But I was going to say that this guy obstructed my view so much, despite the fact that he's wearing the blue hoodie. I get shot in the face. So then I decided to switch up to the Type 88 that I mentioned previously. It's pretty bad, but I guess I don't know if it's just my luck. As soon as I spawned in here, but look at this. I just turned. Left click to win. Left click to win. Look at this. Oh, hold it down. Look at this overwhelming accuracy. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That's just like, what? I don't know how I survived that. Especially with that kind of hip fire and the rate of fire of this LMG, which is terrible. But, yet again, I guess I can gripe all I want about the Type 88, but at least it's a gun that shoots bullets. And I can't decide. I can't decide if I like using the Type 88 more or the... Okay, the SKS. I switched to the SKS after this with an infrared scope, and it is... Okay, you will see. I get one gentleman here, I got a second gentleman on the railway, and then up here, this is just where an LMG just does not work. Like, look. Okay, so I get the catfish that's about to kill me right here, and then I'm at 40% health after he dies, so I'm pretty much 2 shots away from death, and I get taken down by that guy. I think just having the assault class in general, being able to constantly heal yourself, and assault rifles that are really, really good in long and close quarter situations, it's so much more advantageous, and I think that's essentially why. I don't want to say it's overpowered. I think a lot of people have said that in the past the assault class is overpowered. I think obviously it's the one that gives you the most advantageous position when engaging the enemy, but whatever. It's not like the recon is really a threatening class. I think a lot of people can do well with it. But then again, people that can do really well with the recon class, imagine what they can do with the assault class. That's just how I think about it, if you ask me. And I didn't realize that it had crosshairs that were also illuminated. I'd never used an infrared on a sniper rifle before. And you guys remember, and this is what I'm thinking about in terms of 1 year ago when Battlefield 3 came out. I guess like, what, a year and a day, a year and 2 days? But the infrared was just so silly. Like, aim down your sight, shoot at anything that's yellow or orange, and get unlimited money and points for... Give me a... Oh, God. I was trying to, okay? I tried to switch... I was trying to switch my knife to take a sand... Boom! Headshot. Okay, the third time's a charm. I think I hit him in the upper neck. That doesn't... I don't know if I hit his jugular or whatever, but... I was gonna say that, do you guys remember way later on... I'm trying to think... Was it overpowered right at the launch? And I get that that's just a spraying double kill. But I think you guys all remember how bad the infrared was when Battlefield 3 first came out. And the Arizona Ranger with the... It's not even the big iron on his hip. That's like shooting a guy while he's on the ground struggling to get up. That's just... I was going to nade the room as well, but it just didn't work because it bounced off of that gentleman's shin. But I hope you guys all remember how drastically overpowered the infrared scope was on assault rifles when the game first came out. Like I said, aim down sight, shoot at anything that's orange or yellow, win the game. Period. And... okay, you guys noticed that the first time I came in here with the Type 88, I was under the sinks. Now I tried the toilet section. It's so much better. Everybody in the room died, but I'm still sitting in the corner. Triple kill! And I somehow held the MCOM. I think that's luck. Also, too, I have an infrared scope. This guy... Nah, dog. Nope. Nah, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. And I think that's one instance where it's sort of... okay, I know it boils down to camp sauce. I'm just sitting in the corner trying not to be seen like a rock, and I guess that somehow worked. I don't think that the infrared scope gave me any sort of advantage there, but I definitely think that of all the sniper rifles, or of all the weapons of the recon kit, I definitely think that the SKS is still very good in close quarters. And yet again, the MP412 Rex, it's probably better. This secondary is probably better than my primary, but it's not like the SKS is bad by any means. I think it's better with something like a... I think I know people that combine everything, but there, okay, for example, look at that right there. I saw him clearly in the corner before I aimed down sight, without any sort of infrared scope, right? But then I aim down sight and he just disappears. I think that's essentially why people don't use the infrared. Suddenly, DICE just generates all of this dust in front of your face as soon as you... I don't know if it's the lighting or... I think it's... okay, I don't want to say balanced. And you'll see here, Mr. Bumpy Chuckles 34 kills me like 6 straight times, just over and over and over again as I'm getting revived. So that's what you'll be seeing. But I wanted to say that I'm not sure that the infrared scope is balanced. And I think... don't misunderstand me when I say this. I don't think it's balanced in that I think it's way underpowered. I think at one point it was overpowered, like I said, upon release, because it was just... there was no reason not to use it. When you're in an environment where you can't see a guy when you aim down sight with certain, like a red dot scope or a Cobra, and what are you doing here, Mr. Cloth Monster? I missed all the shots with the secondary, but I guess the SKS is so advantageous in those close quarters positions, especially when you're going against another Cloth Monster. I happen to win that engagement. But like I said, I'm not saying they should buff it, but I think it should be better than it is currently. It's just too useless. Nobody uses it. There's, like, I want to say anything within up to 15 meters, you can't, like, okay, you can see somebody glowing, like, body heat up to 15 meters, but beyond that, you can't see anything. Like, it's a lost cause. You might as well hip fire. There's no advantage that you gain. And yet again, I'm picking up some of these kits so that I can revive him, keep our tickets high, and also to switch up kits to avoid boredom. I know I used the M416 last time. You guys are probably really salty about me using it again, but I get one gentleman. I stuck that loving 44 beneath my head. Okay, there's the third guy. I pick up another kid. I only have 7 bullets left. Look at the joke. Okay, the joke's on me right there. I know you're going to say, cool story, Badger. And okay, what happened was I killed the first guy, I killed the second guy, I killed the third guy, but the third guy was shooting me as I killed him, so he only had 7 shots left in his M416. I just happened to pick up his, and it was almost empty. So I was running around with a kit that I picked off some random guy that had 7 shots in it, and I couldn't kill the 5th guy. 4th guy. 4th guy. I'm trying to redo that entire train of thought into my brain, but so I switch back to the F2000, and I get, okay, I get 1, I get 2, and then I come around the corner, including Rocket Sauce 45, more like Camp Sauce 45, get the 3rd guy, get the 4th guy. I can't get everybody. It's so, like, it's the last guy. That was the last guy that I had to get. That's the eternal curse that I always have to suffer through. Any sort of kill streak that you ever go through, you will always get killed by the last guy that you need to kill before you're home free. It's so frustrating, but I switched back up to the AKS simply because I would like some sort of variety, and It's so goofy how this thing is actually good. I think in terms of all of the weapons that I could have used, and I vaulted over the cloth monster, and I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen. I don't know how it works or when it happens, but I've seen it happen. There was one instance today. Okay, there was an instance today where I was on the lower section of a staircase, and a guy jumped onto me, like vaulted. It wasn't like he jumped over me, just straight up jumped. He jumped to me, and then he vaulted over me, and he shot me in the back. Like, I don't know the way it works. You guys know that there's some things that you just can't explain in Battlefield 3 where it's just so glitchy. Like, that's not supposed to happen. And all of a sudden, boom, C4. And good one, bro. I was not expecting that to happen, simply because you guys probably know as well as I do, C4 is usually not set on an objective for a few, I want to say at least 30 to 45 seconds after you get the first one. So, like, for example, okay, we got the third base, and you would think it takes a few minutes for the enemy to fall back, get C4 or spawn in, put C4 in the objective, and then I just didn't think they would be that prepared. I didn't expect C4 to actually be on the objective. I guess that's sort of a rule of Battlefield. You should expect that everything that comes towards you, or anything and everything, has C4 on it. And this guy just didn't have it. I had a weird angle on this guy, but anything and everything could have C4 on it. It's an objective, probably has C4 on it. There's a staircase, probably C4 on it. There's a quad coming towards your tank at full speed, probably C4 on it. So I guess that's sort of unavoidable in terms of Battlefield, because everybody loves blowing things up with C4. And you'll notice here, I can't hit anything with a Type 88 at this distance. I can easily tell you with an assault rifle I could take him down from this range, but it's the recoil and the spread, and it's just so terrible. I mean, okay, to a degree, I'm not going to say that I'm the most accurate person at this range, but there's really heavy recoil, the spread's high, it bounces around a ton, it doesn't seem very accurate, and it just doesn't seem suited for this kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you had a bipod, I think it'd be a totally different story. I think you could definitely pull it off, but even here, when I'm like two-shotting, that just did not work out very well at all. It was just terrible. I know the Type 88 is liked by a lot of you, but I just could not stand it. I found it really bad. But there's your final score. I guess I get a bunch of ribbons or whatever in this game. I don't really care. And one thing that you will notice next week, or whenever I upload the next video, is that it has better color. I've used a color tweaker, which is really, it's so much better than it was. Like, changing the color of Battlefield 3 is almost something that you need to do. Battlefield 3 by default is washed out with blues and grays and these tan colors that are terrible. So if you don't have it yet, get the BF3 color tweaker, because it will give your game, it's so much more colorful and it's not dull. So hopefully next week it will be much more, I want to say, not glowing, but I think the colors are much sharper, they're more diverse, and it's not washed out with blues and grays. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. Your bonus clip is going to be a gentleman trying to fly, because the lav shells make you do that. And I will see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald und later.